Yesterday, in my video, I briefly talked about doing nothing. About those moments when you might feel old patterns of things you're trying to renounce, trying to test your choices, and get you to fall back into things that you want to let go of. And that a good solution in face of such temptation and choice points presenting themselves is to just do nothing. Just sit. Say no. And be. And I want to elaborate on this a little bit. Because I also mentioned going into nature. And this morning, I've gone into nature and I've done nothing. And in doing nothing, I've done everything that I needed. Which was first to simply be. To breathe. To become present. And to connect with the trees. And the elements. And the waters contained within these fogs, these mystical waters that are vaporously meandering through the sky, through the air. Doing nothing feels related to the concept, Taoist concept, idea of Wu Wei. W-U-W-E-I. Which literally translates to non-doing. But which might mean something more like effortless action. Something like letting your ego and your desire, your mental desire to control everything, kind of setting that aside and letting the Tao, the ultimate sacred reality, letting nature, letting the fluid self-becoming of reality become itself through you. This non-doing, this doing nothing, is a way of getting out of your own way. And simply being nature. So I've gone to walk in this forest. Never been here. And I just let myself walk in silence. At some point, I started talking to myself, like philosophizing. And then I was like, wait, hold on. Shh. And I started slowing my footsteps, which were really loud, and getting in the way of this mystical fog silence that's surrounding me. And I just followed this call to slow my steps and listen. And in that attunement to my phonetic surroundings as much as the visual, material, sensuous, horizontal overture of being that surrounds me, I almost instantaneously found myself becoming more present and becoming presence and being themselves. And the more deeply I sink into the presence of this presence, into the presence of this present, the more acutely I can tune in to every somatic sensation, not only within my field of awareness, but within the field of awareness which surrounds me. I become attuned to the most microscopic movements of each blade of grass, of each droplet of dew upon this grass, slowly but surely turning into the vapor which I breathe. The pines on the trees breathing with me, the breath of life and of God. The particles and molecules of water and fog dancing and moving through the air. The way the earth in her entirety is holding the weight of my body, cradling me in her arms. And just then, as I began this section of my rambling, I felt the most gentle wind coming from over there and caressing my ear as I was speaking of the divine silence of presence, as though it came to breathe a breath into my ear to affirm the presence of which I spoke. And in that, there is expansion of awareness. The field of my awareness feels more expansive. Like your visual field always extends to that which can be seen. And then you can like focus on that tree, for example, and your vision is more focalized on that tree. It's as if I expand into an ability to do this in a way that is multi-sensory, that I'm able to focalize my hearing and listen to that tree over there. And again, the wind comes to caress my skin. So the touch also extends multi-sensorially, multi-sensuously. And it is specifically tactile. It is of touch. It is a way of feeling the breaths of my pores weaving with the breaths of the pores of the trees and of the molecules of the air and of the blades of the grass and just everything that is breathing with me together, the breath of God. For God breathed this world into being. It's probably useful to say that for the past 20 to 30 minutes before recording this video, I literally just breathed into my body. So not only does it expand your awareness, or at least mine, to go into the woods and to do nothing, and to follow the guidance into deeper awareness, but it also feels tremendously healing. Like you're being deeply held by the mother. And it's almost like I could feel I could hear the sounds of those birds, but I can feel the spherical emanations, rippling geometric patterns emanating from their breaths, just like sensuous mysticism of the earth. Attunement to the ethereal, divine substance of being omnipresent in all things. One of the points of this video is to share that in my life, going into nature is never a bad idea. And it is always healing. It brings peace to my soul. It brings me more deeply into myself. It brings me closer to God. And it makes me feel more free. So, no matter how or what you're feeling today, tomorrow, yesterday, whenever it is, I always will recommend that you go spend more time in nature and do nothing. Just go there and be. And see what there is to discover there. That's it. I could probably go on and on, but I'm going to return to doing nothing because that's what I came here to do. I want to note that I have been sober for 6 years. That this is not a substance-induced, sensuous experience of reality. This is the innate condition of being, to which all human beings should have access within themselves. Some far more sensitive than others, but this sensitivity seems coded into our being. And I do believe that everyone has access to it. Okay. Blessings to you. May your day be beautiful, and may you connect deeply.